What's going on, everyone? In this video we're going to be talking about my first online business venture, my first foray into the online business world. This is going to be a bit of a nostalgic one for me, and hopefully going to provide you with some sort of insight, value of how one of these sort of businesses did for me, coming from a complete zero beginner standpoint.
Noob.
I knew absolutely nothing about online marketing, creating websites, running ads, SEO, none of that. And part of the reason that I set this business up was because I wanted to learn all of that, and essentially I also wanted to just make some more money, which is what a lot of people who are subscribed to my channel are subscribed for. I talk a lot about trying to increase your income, how to build different sorts of income streams and invest that money basically. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, hit subscribe to the channel and like the video, it'd be much appreciated. But let's get into the actual first online business that I did, and that was the digital product business. So the first thing I'll say about this is obviously the margins are absolutely massive. You spend a lot of your own time up front creating the digital product, whether it be a video course, whether it be an ebook or anything else of that sort of nature. You can then sell that product an infinite amount of times, and it's just done as a direct download via an email link after that person's paid you some money. So the actual infrastructure required is physically nothing. You just need a laptop and an internet connection, which from a beginner's standpoint was very interesting to me. And it also meant that I didn't have to put in a lot of money straight away. I could then learn all these techniques, build my experience up in creating a website, learning how to do that, learning how to drive traffic to it, create the product, run ads, and I wouldn't be just sacking money away without getting anything for it. That was my general philosophy. So the digital product itself that I first did was an ebook. And it was a fitness muscle building ebook. So my reason for doing this was back in 2016, 2017, I was massively into going to the gym. I was ridiculously dedicated to diet, nutrition and training, and I got in pretty good shape, to be fair. For me, I got in pretty good shape, I thought. So a few people at the gym started asking me questions about how to train, what I'm eating, what my calories are, all that sort of stuff. And I thought, well, if I'm going to start doing an online business, why don't I just try and create a basic guide to building the muscle naturally, which people can download, and then I don't need to answer people's questions anymore because I can just direct them to the book. That was my plan anyway. So I set to work and I spent pretty much a year writing this book. I had a fixed 9-to-5 employment job at the time, and I was getting in from work about 5:30, eating my meals, training, and then about 8 o'clock, 8:30, I would work till about midnight, every night consistently for about a year, literally writing this book. I was a man on a mission. I was listening to all these bloody self-help motivation books, and I was becoming completely fixated on the idea, and I put a ridiculous amount of time into this book. I got completely obsessed with it. My first deadline date to finish, I missed it because I didn't think it was good enough. I missed the next one, I missed the next one. I was supposed to write in about 3 months, and it took me just over a year because I kept finding stuff that I wanted to add to the book, because I really did want to release a really good product, and I think the product is actually phenomenal for the price. I'm not going into a sales pitch now. This ain't what this video is about, but I will leave some links below in the description if you want to check it out afterwards. So the book itself was called The Natural Guide to Building Lean Muscle. I hooked up with my brother in London. He lives in London. He's a sort of videographer, photographer. We contacted a local gym. We went in there. I had all of this training plan in mind. We took a load of photos and we basically documented the actual training program and took photos and all the content for the book. I created the book in InDesign, Adobe InDesign. I had used this a little bit at uni, but I did need to brush up on it when I wrote the book. The site that I created the book and launched it on was WordPress, which is free to use. I just paid for the hosting plan, got my head around that. And I then used the site Quora to build a bit of a profile and a bit of an audience. I I'm now up to about 700,000 views on some of my answers on Quora, and that was substantial in driving a lot of traffic and a lot of sales, in my opinion, and for a beginner's perspective, to my website. I think the best sort of time I had with the site, I got about £150 worth of profit in like 24 hours. And I was tempted to just quit my job there and then and go all in, which to a few people was quite surprising, and I got coached out of it. Whether that was a good thing, whether it was a bad thing, I don't know. Maybe I could have built this to a multi-million-pound business, but you never really know, do you? So my main focus with this was I was going to drive traffic using SEO. I didn't really want to pay for a lot of ads. I was looking at SEO pretty heavily at the time, watching YouTube videos, reading different articles and whatnot. And there was a lot of people searching for how to build muscle naturally, information about creatine and supplements and building testosterone naturally, all that sort of thing. So I basically went on a hunt of finding all of these keywords that were really SEO friendly for getting ranked high up on Google. So I started writing loads of blogs, really in depth, and answering lots of people's questions on Quora and linking them back to the site. And that generated me all of my sales. Essentially, I started running Google ads for a bit and just gave up. I don't really know why. It just didn't really sit that well with me. Maybe I should have continued with it until I got profitable, which if I was doing it now is definitely what I would do, because you do need to test your ads quite a bit and then unlikely to be profitable first time. Essentially, this business now has sort of been shelved, but it's still running along in the background as a bit of an income trickle. I haven't really put much work into this for the last sort of 2 to 3 years now, other than just keeping it maintained, answering emails and making sure that it's all still running over, which doesn't really take a lot of time. It's more of an income trickle than it is an income stream. I probably sell about 1 book a month. They currently retail for $47, so it's about 35 quid every month, which, you know, pays for your phone bill. I would really appreciate and be interested to know what your guys' thoughts are on this business model, whether you've got any of these set up yourself, if you want me to try any stuff out with this, because I'm quite interested to maybe start running ads with this again, seeing if we can build it and outsource some people to write content for the site. I don't know, I'm just sort of thought I'd put this out there into the channel to see what the response would be. But yeah, let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching as always. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.